Here's another installment on the om606 build. I'm going to go ahead and start off with the oil housing, and here is the gasket for that. And I'll be using the Permatex sealer to put that on. So let me get that installed, and I'll check back in. Okay, so the filter housing is on. I've also put in the glow plugs and torqued those down to 20 Newton meters. Now I have, these are my original fittings. I've cut off the hoses, and I had some A10 or AN10 fittings welded and brazed on here. I ordered some new aluminum fittings out of Super Turbo Diesel off of Facebook. There was a guy that had some fittings for this. Those are on order. Also, I forgot to take this to get it powder coated, but few people will ever see that. It'll be below the manifold. I also have a plate coming. I'm going to go ahead and put in the fitting here, and the one for the turbo as well, the oil feed line, and I'll see what else I can bolt up. Okay, so here we are. We got the fittings installed on the block there. We have the oil pump housing, the water neck, the thermostat, and the you can see the heater hose tube there. I'm going to go ahead and install the front chain housing, the timing chain cover. Now, I thought there was a gasket associated with this. Apparently there is not. I can find no residue for a gasket, and I also called the Mercedes supplier I use, and they could find no reference for a gasket. So I'm going to go ahead and use some sealant on that, put that in place, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the water pump in, and then we'll do a checkpoint before I put the injection pump on. Okay, so the timing cover is on. All the bolts are torqued to 10 Newton meters from the top. There's two that come down. Those are at 25 Newton meters, I believe. So let's get the water pump on, and I'll check back in. All right, so I put the water pump on, and the pulley, of course. The tensioner, but I didn't fasten it up here really. I mean, I'm holding the bolt so I don't lose it is what I'm doing. I need to order a seal for the vacuum pump. Once I get that gasket on, then I can take the bolt out, move this assembly down, and put the vacuum pump in and torque it. So this housing goes on. All the bolts are 10 Newton meters. Same with the water pump. The pulley is 15 Newton meters. I think I already explained the bolts down the top are 25. Now my crank bolt is not tight yet. I don't have the flywheel on and locked in place to keep that from spinning. I did that to just get a rough idea of timing. Okay, so my adjustment, it is as far over as possible, and the cam gears are still lined up. If you can see the dots there. Pin is still in. I'm going to go ahead and set this pump in now. Now, the thing with the pump, Diesel Making has a great video on YouTube, so you can look that up. It's how to install and time an injection pump. The super pumps are 10 to 12 degrees after top dead center. My car was running great. Unfortunately, I didn't look at where I had it set at when I took it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rotate that. I'm going to pull the pin from the cams and rotate it to 12 degrees. And then I'm going to go ahead and lock the pump and put it in place. So let me show you the pump now. Unfortunately, I got the nice painted block and all the powder coat, but all the accessories that are going on are pretty grimy. So I picked up a while back a gear at the junkyard. So I was actually going to make a desk lamp out of it. But right now it's serving its purpose. You can look down in here. Hopefully, the phone. And you can see there's a little, maybe you can't see. Yeah, that's going to be pretty hard for the camera to pick up. But there's a little blade, and again, Diesel Making goes through that in his video. Unfortunately, my core wasn't perfect either here, so I actually seal the bolt when I put it in. Pump works great. That's really the only flaw with it. Okay, so I bought this from a company in the US called El Paso Tool. It was cheap and it works like it's cheap. It doesn't grip the pump enough. There's not enough of a groove. So all I did was the same concept. I took a bolt. I could put that bolt down there and I could put it over that blade and I can lock that thing in place. So when I put it in, I just put my hand over it and that's it. It's locked. So I'm going to go ahead and advance the timing to 12. I'm going to set this in here, and then I'm going to install the pump. So any fine-tuning adjustments I can do after with the adjustment that's on the housing, and I'll show you that. Okay, so after I put in the injection pump, I went ahead and moved forward with all the accessories. I didn't want to do a bunch of incremental back and forth on the video. I don't think anybody really needs that. So this is the stock exhaust manifold, and as I mentioned in some of the Facebook posts, hopefully in the future I have an opportunity to go back and make a better flowing log type manifold, but I need to get this car on the road. So for now, with the compounds, I'm going to use this this manifold. Again, it's not necessarily the best choice long term, but it will enable me to get moving on the car. So in the back here, this was done a while ago. I actually sealed that up. I seem to have misplaced a stud, so I need to get another stud and a nut, so I'll have to hit the junkyard for that. And the only other thing down here is I need to get a gasket or make one, so I didn't put the 10 AN bung in there. But everything else has been installed, so let's move around to the other side. I have to physically move the motor. Kind of working in tight quarters. Again, I need a vacuum pump gasket, and then I can go ahead and get that installed here. So another thing, I can't seem to find where I put the square nut that goes in here. So once I get one of those, I can finish bolting that up. The pump is at 12 degrees after top dead center. I have a plate coming for the water jacket. All the glow plugs are in, but it is so hot right now. I can't even imagine needing glow plugs. In the winter, maybe. I'll have time then, after all these other projects get squared away, to put a timer and relay harness in there. So again, I'm running a painless wiring harness, so that glow plug relay circuit doesn't exist in my car anymore. So here's the linkage I made for the throttle. All right, so I don't have a lot of throw on top with the 123 throttle, but that allows me to get full open. I do have the new bungs that fit right in. They're machined. They should be on their way. I need to follow up on that, find out where they're at. And for now, all I've done is the flywheel is in here. I just have one bolt kind of tightened down, but I can't snug them up until the engine's off the stand. When you replace a rear seal on the 606, it's not the vulcanized seal in the housing. You actually have to get a new housing, and then you have to get a new seal and pound that in. That's what I did. So in all, we're looking pretty good. So everything's together. Just those few little things. I'm going to go with Speed Hut gauges. So I'm going to have to use their temperature sender when they send it to me. So I didn't bother putting that in for now. And fuel filter. That's really it. So what did I learn from all this? I learned it is painfully expensive to build a 606 and to try to do it right. I would be half tempted to just buy them and run them till I blow them up and get another one in the future. Do I regret it? Not really. It's a learning opportunity for me. If I were to go back, I would not get this stuff powder coated silver. In the store or in the powder coating shop, it looked just like the aluminum. On the engine, not so much. So I would not have done this front bracket here in this color. I probably would have did black. Some of the other accessories are okay, but that front cover, to me, I don't care for it, and the intake, I'd probably go ahead and do black as well. But that's it. I learned a lot. Good experience. There are manuals online with the torque settings. That was invaluable to me. So I got to get on the internet now. Got to order a few parts that I'm missing, and I'm on going to be on my third dipstick now. I don't know why these handles keep breaking off, but there you have it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all the comments, and hopefully you guys learned something too, or you have some feedback for me that is constructive and can help me on my journey a little bit.